What one simple mistake completely destroyed your life forever? I was 24 and living in this absolute nightmare apartment. We're talking black mold on the bathroom walls, cockroaches that came out during the day like they paid rent too, and a landlord who treated text messages like they were written in a foreign language. Every morning I'd wake up sneezing from the mold, and every night I'd hear my upstairs neighbor's TV through paper-thin walls until 3 in the morning. I was making $2,800 a month as a cashier at Target, but I was desperate to get out. When I found this cute duplex on Pine Street for $1,100 a month, it felt like winning the lottery. 2 bedrooms, updated kitchen, quiet neighborhood where people actually took care of their lawns. The only catch was they required proof you made 3 times the rent. I needed to show $3,300 monthly income. I only made $28, so I made a decision that seemed harmless at the time. On the rental application, I wrote down that I was an assistant manager instead of cashier. Changed my monthly income from $2,800 to $3,400. It was just $600 difference, and I figured I'd get promoted soon anyway. The pay stubs I submitted were real, just from a few months back when I'd worked overtime during Black Friday season and made closer to that amount. Nobody called my work to verify anything. 3 days later, I got approved. For 2 months, everything was perfect. I painted the bedroom walls, bought actual furniture instead of milk crates, and invited friends over without being embarrassed. I was never late on rent, kept the place spotless, even helped my elderly neighbor carry groceries. Life finally felt normal. Then a package went missing from my doorstep. I called the leasing office to file a complaint, thinking they'd check security cameras or something. The woman on the phone asked for my ID number and apartment details to start the report. Normal stuff, but then she casually said, "Your work badge still shows cashier, right? We just need to confirm for the report." My blood went cold. Someone had looked me up. I stammered out a yes, but my voice cracked when I said it. That Thursday, I found an official letter taped to my door. Lease termination notice. Material misrepresentation on rental application. 30 days to vacate. I called the office immediately, begging them to reconsider. I explained I'd never missed rent, that I was a model tenant, that I could pay 3 months in advance right now. The manager sounded genuinely sorry but said their insurance company wouldn't allow leases based on false income information. It was completely out of their hands. Panic set in fast. I started calling in sick to work so I could spend entire days apartment hunting. Most places required the same income verification I couldn't provide. The few that were more flexible wanted double security deposits or co-signers with perfect credit. When I finally found a studio apartment I could afford, the new landlord ran a background check. My current leasing company had already flagged my file in some rental database. Now I needed to pay first month, last month, security deposit, and an additional penalty deposit for being a risk tenant. The total came to $4,800 up front. I had maybe $1,200 in savings. I missed 4 shifts at Target trying to figure this out, which put me on thin ice with my manager. My friend Jake let me crash on his couch, but his roommate started making comments about how I was eating their food and using too much hot water. 3 weeks later, my mom called asking why my mail was being forwarded to her address 200 miles away. I broke down and told her everything. She didn't yell, which somehow made it worse. She just quietly said I could move back into my childhood bedroom until I got back on my feet. I lost my job because I couldn't give them a stable local address, lost my independence, lost the trust of everyone who'd vouched for me, all because I fudged some numbers on a form thinking nobody would ever check. The worst part is that 6 months later, Target actually did promote me to assistant manager. The job I'd lied about having became real, but by then it didn't matter. I was back in my teenage bedroom, starting over completely, all because of one stupid lie about $600 a month.